Hey, welcome back for another episode of Business Resilience in a New Normal. It's been fantastic so far, and I'm so excited about this session for today because this is an industry that's been extremely hit by COVID-19. I'm going to talk about events and the hospitality sector. But before that, let me just introduce myself again. If you haven't had a chance to get to know me, my name is Flavilla Fangang, and I'm the founder of Three Colors War, a branding and marketing agency. We do everything from strategy design and customer experience. And I'm a brand strategist. Most people know me as a speaker, mentor, a lot of things, but it's not about me. As I say, today it's about Lyndon Baptiste, the co-founder and director of Fair and Cayenne Company. Lyndon, how are you?
Hi, Fabiola. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Loving the background.
Yes, I'm here mentally.
Trust me, I want to be there with
Yes.
you as well. I want to be there. It's not happening. I wish, sometimes I wish I took a ticket to Thailand and said, you know what, I'm going to isolate there to be the perfect place, but I didn't do it. But things happen. But how you
So true.
coping with the whole situation? I think COVID-19 has been a very unexpected and unexpected for most. I mean, for everyone. But how's it going for you?
No, well, being in the event industry, actually having two businesses within the event industry, it has proven really, really trying times, I guess.
Yes,
It's amazing how it actually just took off and got really ridiculous. Yeah.
tell me about it.
But,
Tell us more
these are
about
the
fair.
times.
Yes, but tell us what's about more about Fan Ken. I forgot to ask. Tell us about Fan
Yeah.
Ken.
Um, well, the kind, sorry, the kind company
Mm-hmm.
is an event organizer. So we organize events either in STEM, food and beverage, as well as community empowerment.
Yeah,
One of the last events we just did was the London Dessert Festival,
that was
which got a
amazing.
couple of marketing awards, I must say.
Yes, it was
um,
amazing.
However, it's an event that is a business to consumer event, which more or less focuses on the celebration of London's dessert culture and its subsequent subcultures. Fair is an event technology platform, I guess, event technology that enables event organizers to optimize their exhibitor, supplier ordering and purchasing at an
Mm-hmm.
event. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, two businesses very much aligned together that many nights has caused me some lack of sleep during what's happening now. They're both in the event industry, which
I
is
know.
really suffering. Yeah.
Mm. That's amazing because I think obviously I've been involved in some of the events that you've done. Obviously, the London Dessert Festival I thought was amazing, and I was really looking forward
Thank
to the
you.
next one this year. And I think as a lot of exhibitors themselves, it was such a great success. And together we did some good stuff in terms of pre-campaigning before we even launched
Yeah.
it. So I thought it
Yeah.
was great, and we knew that it will pay off again this year. So
It was thanks to you guys and Tricolor Rules. We got nominated for some awards, and we still up for one
yeah,
later in July. So we'll see if we won that one. But it was good.
yeah.
Yeah, we were finalists, so it's good. Thank you.
I'm really proud. I'm really proud. I'm so proud of the time. So yeah, so thank the girls when I see them. So my first question is about how should companies prepare themselves during and after the lockdown. So here I'm asking really much questions around the event industry because this is very different from every other business. The event industry, but also if you think about hospitality sector, if you can.
Yeah. Um. Well, the event industry, I guess, is which hardly anyone knows or actually realizes until something like this happens. Is so much connected with everything else. It's the one industry that actually brings everything together. It supports the hospitality industry in terms of catering and type of foods as at events, festivals, etc. It also supports the travel industry as well. The people going back and forth, especially business during the week. When it's not the holiday time, the people who travel mostly are business people, and they travel to go at different events and conferences that happen, almost every day, sometimes many per day.
Mm,
So what people and the government also haven't really recognized is how, connected the or intricate, the event industry is on the economy.
mhm.
In that basis, were we prepared for the lockdown at all? No.
Oh.
I don't think the industry was. I don't think um, the country was, or the government was. The structures in place for if something did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that put us really at a really at a disadvantage, really, where it was something that we never saw coming or never knew how to.
Yeah.
This was worse than a financial depression per se. um what we I can only speak to for myself, and I think what most companies should be using this time to do is really sit back and reflect and really possibly strategize again on what they can do when the lockdown or the restrictions do cease.
Mm-hmm.
And which is totally different, because at the beginning of this whole crisis back in January, I remember some seniors in our industry are actually saying, this show must go on. Not realizing, by making such events, exhibitions like this go on without the proper health and safety things and procedures in place,
Yes.
we could have initially been you know um, been a catalyst for the
Mm-hmm.
spread of the disease. We are face to face. That's what our whole industry is based on. So yeah. Um,
So the crisis, would you say that the crisis management should be much more prepared next time if something like that happens? So crisis management that allows people to still deliver an event, even if it involves not people not meeting face to face. I think that's probably
yeah,
where, yeah,
I
things will.
mean, definitely that is something that we need to do looking moving forward. The right now, most of the emphasis is on virtual events and webinars, etc.,
Mm,
which, as good as they can be in the interim, they can never replace the value of face-to-face, meetings, which is what the event industry, that's our niche, that's our, what do you call it? K, what do you, what's it called? Sorry, lots of words. Too much
Is it,
sun.
are you doing COVID-19? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think no. I think oh, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry about that.
It's
You got to
okay,
do
it's
that
okay.
again.
So there's a lot, and I think what you're trying to say, and I think it also brings back to that question around improving and maintaining business continuity. Is that everybody is now doing, there's a lot of events online. That's true. There's a lot of
Yeah.
webinars, but that's not enough to make it different from people paying such amount for a conference. So there's element, I
No.
don't know for you, but I think there's an element of we need to be able to you need to be able to still in somehow we cannot compare to face-to-face interaction, but is there a way to actually push the digital experience further than just sitting
Yeah.
here passively waiting for listening in one event after another? And I think that's probably
Mm,
where I'm seeing the innovation that we both used to work in the event industry back in the days. And
yeah.
so I think that's probably something that where can we actually bring the event home? Can we actually do something like that? So you don't physically have to meet it if we're not able to deliver as a second, as a part of a crisis plan, a crisis management
Yeah. I
strategy.
mean, exactly. I think what we need to reflect back to is to the root of the core reason of why we do events.
Yeah.
And yes, it's that face to face and that's connections, but it's also what's the value of any event company? And the value of any event company is that community and that ecosystem that we created. And
Yes.
within that, you have massive amounts of data.
Mm.
Data on our sector, the people, the lifestyle, the movement, the purchasing power, etc. That's what event organizers or people in the event industry, from organizers to venues to suppliers, that's what we hold. And I think the key thing to do at this point in time to ensure continuity is to actually look at your data and see how you can monetize that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether in supporting how you support your core clients and core customers and help spur connections for them by using that data. That doesn't necessarily always have to be a webinar
Mm-hmm.
or or a digital platform. Just the salespeople reach out and see how you can forge connections, whether using personal connections or LinkedIn. You know, all these
Yeah.
things is something that you can actually still provide value. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit optimistic to saying that you'll get, you know, vast amounts of money and, you know, payment for it and revenue coming in at this point in time. You know, that's not going to happen, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we can't think, oh, let's try and get in as much revenue as possible. No, I totally believe this is the point in time where we need to really put it back a bit, put it back a bit, and really take a generalistic, holistic view at our industry and ourselves, our companies,
Mm-hmm.
take a step back and then move forward when the limitations are lifted.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
sense, I think, really trying to maintain the normal, you know, the business normalcy that we
Mm-hmm.
had, you know, 6 months ago. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
We
Absolutely.
must resign to it.
Yeah. That's why I say like this session is like the new normal for a reason. Definitely agree with you on that. And as you made a good point around, utilizing the data they have, because you're right, companies, event companies hold a lot of data, but they
Yeah.
haven't yet used it as a tool. I know that I have a friend of mine who works for an event company based in America, and something they've been running webinars very well and charge £20,000, $20,000 per webinar, and companies are really happy
Wow.
to pay. So they're
I
definitely
think,
something.
yeah, I mean, I think in those, in more so, I should speak for more so B2B events and such, whereas, you know, there's still a lot of information
Yeah.
and that needs to be gathered, learning, you know, that needs
Mhm.
to be gathered through webinars for these business, you know, focus events, whether, you know,
Yeah.
whatever industry, what's happening within industry, especially through the
Mm.
COVID-19 situation, and what's the future holds for those particular industries. In
Yeah.
that case, webinars are necessary
Mm.
because the organizers and events hold, you know, within their hands the pulse of the industry. So I guess, yeah, it does have some benefits in that stage. Yeah, from a B2C perspective, it's a bit more difficult.
Yes, definitely. How about what have you put in place to help your clients going through this?
But because, so let me speak on behalf of the kind company and the events that we organize.
Mm-hmm.
What we have done in that regard is we still reach out to all of our clients or proposed clients. The events have been postponed. So we
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that. However, a lot of them as well still very anxious. They're in the hospitality trade,
Mm.
issue where industry has been hit very hard. So they were quite keen, regardless of what, to get back and doing our event. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So what we still, you know, managed to do to help them along with this is one, offer different payment terms
Yeah.
and, you know, booking terms per se,
Mm-hmm.
as well, or rebooking terms, as well as we are now looking into other ways that we can actually help them bridge connections and actually reach our database of I guess dessert lovers, we call them.
Yes.
Um, this has proved, I mean, we're working on something right now to actually support the industry and actually support our exhibitors in reaching their normal customers who aren't in place. So we're working on something a bit, um, a platform, a technical platform where our suppliers, sorry, our audience
Mm-hmm.
community is about 15,000 people, dessert lovers, we call them, who can actually contact and reach out to and meet digitally, I'm saying it,
Yes.
their favorite London dessert companies and cafes within London out
Mm-hmm.
there, who attended the event, as well as some who haven't, instilled interest in participating in our next event. Now
Mm-hmm.
they're going to do this and be able to purchase coupons and vouchers, which goes directly to our vendors or exhibitors so they can continue business throughout this time. So
That's
that
good.
is something we actually, you know, LDF or London Dessert Festival, the kind company, we're not making any income from it. But we pass this, you know, we are the platform where we can bridge this connection, to enable
Yes.
our exhibitors to still trade.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so that's something that we looked at, using our data. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we have 15,000 community just sat down, not being utilized by our
Mm-hmm.
vendors, which they normally would have done at an event. So
Yeah.
yes, that's
Okay.
that's that's one of the things we're doing, or a few of the
That's
things
really
we're doing.
good. Yeah, that's really good. I think that's what we want now. As much support you can provide, they will remember you when
Yeah,
things.
I think that's it. We got to remove ourselves and our pain from the situation and look out. And if you can help your clients and your exhibitors as much as possible,
Mm,
that is what is going to return once
totally,
the lockdown has
totally.
ceased.
And
Yeah,
that's good for your brand so much.
and it's
So
good for
many,
your brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So next question, what can businesses learn post COVID-19? What do you think? In general, it
Uh,
doesn't really have to be event, but yeah.
um, in general, I think one of the main things that I think, or especially our industry, all businesses need to learn
Mm-hmm.
is their mortality is more evident uh, during these times, because it's COVID-19 today, there could be something else tomorrow.
Yes.
And then I don't know what they say, but statistics show almost every 10 years something drastic happens. So
Mm,
yes, something like this is going to happen again. And I think what businesses need to learn is always have plan B in how your business can, I hate saying the word because it's all used so much now, pivot. But
yes.
during these uncertain or unprecedented times,
Mm-hmm.
we need to always have a plan B. Okay, if our business is going down road A today, if 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 there are a couple of potholes on road A, we need, or diversions on road A, accidents on road A, we need to see somehow where we can take that exit onto road B. And
Mm-hmm.
all companies really need to be looking at, how else they can bring in revenue rather from their usual route. Yeah,
Yes. Building the business resilience. So
exactly.
important.
That's it.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
I
I
think
think
that
you have
has
a point.
taught us more. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
unfortunately, some businesses can't do that, based on either financial, personnel,
yeah.
experience, resources. It can
Mm,
happen, but to be cruel, I guess this is what improves all industries in the end, because I guess
mm.
the most creative will and resilient will survive. I
Yeah.
guess
Yes, that would
hard to
definitely
say
happen.
in a community where, or world where a virus is spreading like crazy. Mm.
But hopefully summer should calm things down. Hopefully, I'm hoping a
Yeah.
lot for that. So talk about your business as well. How have you cope with the situation? What have you put in place?
Well, we have, I think, my board businesses, because they are not resource intensive, I guess we have, it was planned that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we have little staff. We expend little, only, a couple of months or a few months before the event. Everyone would know how the event industry works. So we have managed basically to have to scale back a lot in our subscriptions and our digital software that we have, that we're paying subscriptions for, all these other costs that build up, monthly costs, monthly
Mm-hmm.
operation costs. We have managed to scale that back considerably,
Mm-hmm.
as well as most of our staff were contracted. We managed to scale that back as well. Emotionally, how we are coping, we're look around. We were spending ourselves at the beach, I guess. Mentally, we got to put everything on pause until we
Lovely.
start again, I think, and that's the best way to cope. We have given up stressing. We have given up, being in anticipation of something happening
Yeah.
very soon. We don't think so. Basically, we don't think until next spring, where our industry may be able to see some signs of getting better.
Recovery. Yeah.
Um, Realistically, I don't think until next summer, where we would see the English public and business sector really,
Comfortable.
come to as close to normalcy as it was 6 months ago.
Mm.
So I guess that's how we're coping. We're just taking it easy.
I was really looking forward to the dessert festival, so I'm really gutted this is not happening. So, but again, 2021 will be a 2020 version 2, which
Yeah, well, I'm an optimist. So
yes,
I'm already seeing that this year is half over already.
pretty much, absolutely. The sooner the better. So
Yeah.
what did you learn? Obviously, we've worked with you on a number of projects. So what did you learn working with
Yeah.
people as well?
I think what, especially for me personally, what I've learned, I'm not a very organized person, and that's being
We know that.
organized in paper as well as in, sorry, administration, as well as in clarity of vision. And I
Mm-hmm.
think what I learned from working with you and fabulous staff at Three Colors Rule is the ability to really put um, that vision, that cloud, basically into substance. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
and the methods and the process where the questions and the answers that you ask and everything to get to that goal. I think that's something that we really learned here, and I actually try to use it as much as possible with the team.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to sell my ideas to the team. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I can definitely, I definitely say we learn working with you guys, as well as your concepts for branding was spot on, was impeccable. And I think, we really much, benefited from that. Yeah,
Good.
tremendously.
We
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Everybody enjoyed. When you win, when you win, I win. I'm happy. Is there anything else if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to get in touch with your companies?
I think right now the best way to get in contact with me is through Fair.
Yeah.
And you can reach me on Lyndon, Lyndon at Fair, and that's spelled FFAIR.co.uk. Two F's.
Okay. Okay. I will post it,
Yeah.
guys, in the description so you can find this as well. I hope that you
Or
enjoyed
you
this.
can reach me on LinkedIn. Lyndon
Exactly.
D. Baptiste on LinkedIn.
As well, exactly. You can also reach me on LinkedIn. In case, when it comes to me, if I can speak today, and I'm happy also to give you a free brand assessment just to figure out exactly what are the opportunities that you're probably missing out. Really just go to freecolorswood.com and you can have a session either with me or one of my colleagues to help you out there. I hope that you enjoy this session. And if you want to stay in touch with me, you can find me on most social platforms. And see you for the next session. Here we go. We are off now. Bye, Lyndon.
Bye.